Okay, uranium friends. So URA on the weekly now. This is a failed, not necessarily a failed, but let's just say that the probabilities of this bull flag on the weekly chart and this cup and handle playing out on the weekly chart has been lessened substantially because it's lost its 50% retracement of this move. And it's closing below the weekly 12 EMA, so it's not a great look for URA. Now, there are other experts in the space who don't use URA as the proxy. That's fine. As far as the ETFs are concerned, URA has the liquidity, it has the option chain. It's my go-to. It's just going to be that way because of the liquidity in this ETF, which is far superior than the other two main ETFs, which is URNM and URNJ. Regardless of all of that, we've lost our 12 EMA. We've lost our 50% retracement of this recent move. So, does the space is this foretelling what the space is going to do? Yeah, did we get a golden pocket bounce? Not really yet. I mean, this thing is tapped down into the 78% retracement. So this weekly chart is not looking fantastic at all, right? So you have your high, you have your low, you have your lower high. We're searching, all right? So this level, this level now has become very important, 2677, because if 2677 breaks, we are confirming a weekly downtrend. I haven't looked at the daily yet, but I would say it's probably in a confirmed downtrend. Yes, it's double topped here, so high, low. Is it actually a full-blown double top? Let's see, 48, 49. So it did take it out by a penny. High, low, double top, lower low. So not the best look on. What the heck is going on here? Not the best look on URA on the daily either. 12 EMA rejection, rejection, rejection. All the moving averages are curling down. It's below all of them at this point, except for the 200-day moving average. So, you know, I have to see what goes on in this level. The volume profile says it should start picking up support here. And it is, right? So we're getting these bounces. This was a good bounce. That was that flush low, good bounce. But not looking great. And the monthly is just sideways, and it's a bull flag. It's a monthly bull flag. It's a monthly cup and handle, but it's still just sideways. So big level at this 2650. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, it's 2650. Let's zoom in, see why it's such a big level. All of these taps here, 1, 2, 3. And you've got your 200-day and your monthly 12 EMA right here in 2660, 2650. You also have this fib level, extension level at this point. So it's just sideways. That's all it is. But there's a clear line of support here. So, I'll be interested in URA when it starts coming down to these levels, because it really becomes a pretty much a low risk play. That's the way I'm looking at URA, and the space is going to be looking at it the same way, I would assume. URNM on the monthly looks kind of similar, right? So this tapped. We've tapped this area where the 200-day moving averages and the monthly 12 EMA. We've tapped it, and it bounced. Let's see what the weekly looks like. I got to take these fibs off because I don't even think they're accurate at all. I haven't made a pull here in a while. Yeah, the weekly, that's that little flush. Little bit of a bounce off of it. Went nowhere. There's no follow through. Little red flaggy here too, right? So, and it's losing these moving averages. So, in general, the ETFs are not looking good so far when you start to look at these weeklies and these dailies, for sure. I would say, right? So, yeah. the whole deal, the double top here. So there's a clear line of resistance now for the space for these ETFs, right? It's probably 55-ish, right? 54.90. You have your volume level there. And yeah, so it's just a wait and see. It's again trading below its moving averages, just like URA. Double top rejection, tried to get through, zero follow through, big red flag, big follow through on the downside after that, losing its support level. So it's lost its daily uptrend. It has yet to confirm a daily downtrend. So all the more important that this level becomes on Urnm, right? Because that will bring, that will say that there's a daily downtrend confirming there. So not the greatest look. It's got to push through here, and it's got to do it soon. It's just the space in general is going to have to do that. Cameco is holding up better, obviously, but it makes some sense because that's where the big money is going to be coming into. So this is a confirmed daily downtrend on URNJ. This is not. It's high. There's your low. There's your high, and it's searching for a weekly higher low. Now the chances, probabilities do say um, that the weekly higher low should occur as opposed to this 22.95 level because it's a big bounce that it got, and you're hoping that it holds this level at the 200-day in the very least. So that's where URNJ is. Um, yeah. So CCJ, I just did a video with Benny from East West. We talked about the cup and handle. I'm not going to go nutso over that. You can check out my video, my talk with him on his channel, East West Trading, on YouTube. I did point out this gap. This gap is also at this golden pocket. This is where there's going to be buyer acceptance right now, so we're hoping that this holds. It lost its daily uptrend. It has not confirmed its daily downtrend yet. Wait and see. Upper wicks pops and fades every day. Not the best look. Denison, I've got a feeling that my attempt is going to be stopped out. We'll see. The space needs some recovery. Maybe I may add into this weakness and use this level down here as my stop area. We'll see. I got to see how Monday plays. I'm hoping there's a bounce, but the same deal, right? Pops and fades every day. The Bears are winning the fight here. Upper wicks. Bears are winning right now. Long term, Bulls are in full, complete, absolute control. No question about it. Which makes me say at least, I want to be a buyer when the time comes. When it starts to test key support levels or gives me good levels to work off of. So if Denison I want to work off like $1.67, $1.70. That's the area I'd love to work off. I've got a good piece of volume profile here. The upper wicks here on this monthly too says maybe it gets there, right? So upper wicks, upper wicks, upper wicks. Continued downside, lower wicks. There's some trading here. So there's buyers. You start to see the wicks, but the wicks are going in the opposite direction for bulls right now. Holding its EMAs, which is a good sign for Denison. It is definitely has become a stronger name in the space. It's a big board. Option chain kind of sucks, so you're not going to see a lot of institutional money flowing into that option chain, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I don't know what these family offices look at all the time. So, and those, the smaller institutional money in the family offices, those are the ones that are playing the space more than anything overly tremendous, big-sized firms. So this metric still holds the weekly 12 EMA with the 50-day moving average, and it's still holding. Denison loves to undercut it into this 26. What does that get you? $1.83 area. Got to see how it plays, but the space in general there's no volume. The sentiment is dead. and that's it. Next gen. Let's take a look at next gen. Lost its channel pretty definitively, right? Tried to get back in and rejected. So, not great. Right? Big level here. 750 area. Big level. Golden pocket. Multiple taps here on this daily. Says that, possibility of low risk plays coming in on next gen for the disciplined trader, but it's starting to lose this weekly 12 EMA. Not a great look. And again, I was with Ben, and I did say something quickly about next gen in regard to CCJ, believe it or not. So if next gen starts to lose these moving averages, this moving average ride, I'm not going to be so aggressively bullish on CCJ. It's just the way it goes. Monthly is fine. Big upper wick. Don't really like seeing that, but we want to see. Yeah, does next gen give us a lot of big upper wicks? It sure does. So, and the result, it's a clear level, right, where all this rejection was. So it should be a clear level where it acts as support. And, lo and behold, technical analysis. You got the monthly 12 EMA and the 200-day moving average and a couple of taps, back tests on this breakout area. Clear levels in the uranium space. It's why I never understood why people say you can't do technical analysis on this space. You can do technical analysis on these big boards and understand that the smaller names are probably going to follow suit. Monthly looks absolutely fine. It's really a bull flag that that broke out with no follow through. So that is a little bit of a red flag, I will say. And if you go back historically, it's a bull flag that broke out without follow through, but still held. So my guess is that next gen we could be in for some sideways action all the way into the fall on the space. I'm wondering if people will understand that, but hopefully it's not too painful. All right, entry points matter. This is why technical analysis matters. Entry points up here are in a lot of pain. Entry points down here are happy as clams. Be the down here entry points, not the up here entry points. That's all I'm saying. Technical analysis serves a purpose. UEC, same deal. Everybody's looking, these moving averages are just being lost, and it's not a great sign. Clear levels, though, to work off of. It's the monthly still a bull flag. And these 12 EMA and the 200-day moving average would be back tests of this breakout area. The space is looking very similar in that regard, right? So these moving averages have moved up and have come into the previous resistance areas where they're acting as support along with those resistance support flips zones. So, and I'll talk about that in another video about support resistance flips. And maybe I'll even do it with Ben. That could be another subject that we could do together maybe next weekend. That's the deal here on these names. I don't even want to look at Energy Fuels because I'm still of the opinion, and I always will stay with this opinion until something changes, that these are the value areas that I put value in because the life of the stock is there. So I want my plays in UUU to be somewhere in the $5 to $4.50 range. I want to take shots at it then, and because it's clear that if 450 breaches with follow through, I'm wrong. I'm just completely wrong, and there's just no reason to be there until the script flips on this name. And just look how stretched away from it is on these moving averages, and you've heard me say it multiple times. When it gets stretched to the upside, likes to reconcile these moving averages. It got stretched to the downside. It's reconciling the moving averages. It's getting stretched down to the downside, so it's starting to show up as a play, in my opinion, on these spots. So maybe I'm starting to look a little bit interested um, against 550 area, but I would really need to see in the very, very least. Yeah, now I'm looking at this hourly. In the very least, I'd like to see an hourly trend change, low, high, higher, low, rejection. It's really tightening up here, so we're going to have an answer on this hourly actually pretty soon, I would say. Pays to watch this one actually now on this hourly. Um, I have said it multiple times that the hourly is the backbone of the trade, and this thing is tightening up. It's looking very interesting as a low risk play against this low level here. But we need the space in general to do something, which just might not occur. So that's you. I would be looking at the hourly if I'm trying to be an aggressive player in either direction. I want to know which way this thing breaks. U.UN. Yeah. Weekly chart. It's losing these moving averages. This metric, it's just so clear. Um, what's his face? Antonio goes, well, how can you do technical analysis on a vehicle that you got a phone call, blah blah blah, and nobody knows? It's there. It's clear. It's just clear. It's rider. It's no longer a rider. Now it's fighting these moving averages. So let's, I'm of the opinion I wait and see what happens here. It could be a sideways stretch for a long time. Still a monthly bull flag. And just make sure my fibs are correct. I want to see these levels. Yeah, still a monthly bull flag and a monthly 12 EMA tap with 200-day moving average will get you down to 38% retracement, which is 2462. Seems like a good area that could possibly hold. If not, maybe looking down at this 22 area. So I just want to see what it looks like over here, volume-wise. This is the support to hold with the volume profile, and it has been, right? Any rejection, any breaches of it have been bought up. So, you start to say, all right, the level's important because anytime it breaches, it gets picked up. Let's see what happens. That's all I can say. There's just nothing I can say about the space. It doesn't look great for sure. The sentiment is crappy, yep, and the volumes are way down. So that's those are indicators of. For me, it's just like just don't touch it. Wait to see how it resolves. Um, except maybe you because that has an interesting look to it. So yeah, that's the deal of these major sector defining names, in my opinion. I'm just going to be continuing to watch. Over and out.